Hello, and welcome to Chair Yoga Plus. Today, the practice can be done all in the chair, all standing, or a combination of both. So I'll provide for you today a split screen of our practice. Please join me as we activate our energy. Coming about the middle of your chair, sit tall. Let's pick up our toes and lower them, and the heels, rocking back and forth. Starting with our feet and our ankles, we're going to take the toes out, heels out, toes out, heels out. Sit a little taller, draw the belly in, toes in, heels in, and bring it back to center. Let's do that again. And then sitting tall once again, feet parallel. Inhale your hands up overhead and wiggle your fingers as you roll them down. One more time, nice inhale here. Fill the body with that prana energy. And then placing your hands on your hips, let's lift one foot and then the other, just as if we were marching here. And if you're standing, you'll be marching. Now let's pause for a moment, take a breath, and exhale. And now lifting the one knee out to the side and bring it back in. Rotating the hip open and then bringing it back to center. On the next one, let's leave it out to the side. Lean into that leg. Take the top arm up and stretch it out and over. And then as you exhale, bring it back up and step the foot in. Other foot out and in. Leave it out to the side and let's take that side stretch right here. Reaching at a diagonal up and over the head, or as much as you can do today. And then we'll bring it back to center and step it back in. Rock side to side as you work into the hip. And then we'll come center and we'll lift one leg. You can hold behind the thigh, or you can hold and interlace the fingers right under the kneecap and circle that leg around. And in the other direction. And then bring it in and lower it down. Other side, bring the knee up and let's circle it around. And reverse that. And then lowering it down. Let's take our fingertips to our shoulders now and just circle with those elbows. And reverse that. And then take the arms out long and circle the arms. Reaching in opposite directions here and reverse that. And then bring the fingers back to the shoulders, squeeze them forward and back. And then hold them here and circle the elbows again. And the reverse. And then we'll lower them down. Support yourself on your thigh and turn your head to one side, center, to the other side, and center. Let's do it again. And now draw a circle with your nose right in front of you. And reverse your circle. And come to stillness. Take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, reach out to one side, reach out to the other. And then as you exhale, lower the hands down at your side. Come to mountain. Feel anchored to the earth with your feet. So if you need to come forward, like I just did. And then we draw up from the core of the body here, sitting nice and tall. And on your next exhale, soften. Once again, we're going to bring one arm out to the side. So instead of touching your shoulder, you can put the other hand on your hip if you want. We're going to bring it out into goalpost. And from here, we're going to lift one knee, bring that elbow forward and back and down. Now you can stay with just bringing it forward and lifting the knee. Or if you have the ability, you round the spine and touch knee to elbow. One more time here, strengthening the muscles around our core. And then release that hand down. Let's bring the other hand up. Lift the knee, lift the foot off the floor, and just bring the elbow forward. Start there and lower it back down. And if you want to take it to a deeper crunch, elbow to knee. One more time. And then lower that down, shifting my weight. Once again, making sure that I'm secure in my chair here. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, turn the palms out, take them down. Fingertips are up, and we circle those arms again. And circle them in the other direction, and lower them down. Let's bring those shoulders up towards our ears, and lower them down. Connect with your breath here. Inhale them up. Exhale as you lower them back and down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Good. And now we're going to bring the hands out to the side. We'll bring them forward. Press palm to palm. Bring them in towards your chest. Sit taller. Push them out and open. In, push them forward and open. And each time you open your arms up, let's take them back a little bit more and lift the sternum just a little, just enough to feel that in your back. Let's do 2 more here. And pause with your hands at your heart. Hands on your hips. Now, if you're standing, you're going to do a leg swing, so you'll watch that video. In the chair, it's just a leg lift and lower. Alternating the legs or just staying on one side, either or. Do about 4. And then sit tall and rest. Let's step that foot out to the side again. Bring this time the elbow or the forearm to your thigh. Lean over that leg on the side of your chair and take the other arm behind you. You can press into the small of your back. And then we're going to turn our gaze upward, holding here in this variation of side angle. And then release it and come up and step that foot back in. Other side. We take the hand to the back here and draw the shoulder back and take our gaze upward, leaning out into that resting arm on your leg. Exhale and release that and step it back in. And now we're just going to focus on our abs here, right? So we're going to think about the bottom of the pelvic. Those muscles are going to pull up and release. So see if you can feel that engagement of the lower pelvic muscles. And then we'll connect that to the lower ab muscles. So as you pull up the pelvic muscles, you pull in the lower abs and then release it. And then we'll add the upper abs here. And as you add the upper abs, you want to drop your shoulders forward and then lift. So we're Adding in this curving of the spine as we draw the pelvic muscles and the ab muscles in and up, and release. One more time here. Strengthening our core. Very nice, very nice. So now we're going to step to one side and take the outside leg back so that we come into a lunge pose here. Now, if you're standing, you can be in a lunge pose, or you could place your foot all the way down on the floor for a warrior one. Lifting, looking to the side of the room. Let's take that outside arm into our ribs, reach it forward, lean out, and then draw it back. And this time, take a little twist. Look over your shoulder, reach it out, and draw it in. Two more. Really turning in the ribs here, those lower ribs. And then hold here, open the arms up into the twist, our lunge twist here. Palms can be down, chest lifted, and draw up those pelvic muscles once again, lower abs and upper abs to hold you steady. And then exhale and release it all down. Step the back foot in and pivot to the front of your chair. Let's take some hip circles here. So if you're standing, you're going to put your hands on your back. Here, we just let the hips rest in the chair and move the upper body. And let's circle in the other direction just to even things out. And then we'll take that lunge to the other side. So we step to the outside of the chair. We send the outside leg back. Sitting tall for a moment, making sure that both feet are making connection to the earth. Back foot, if you're standing, can be down. And then we reach and lean out over the leg, and then draw it back in and look over our shoulder. One more time here. And then we'll hold the shoulder back, open that arm, and maybe reach with the front arm into our lunge twist. Hold here, lift up through the pelvic muscles, lower abs, and our upper abs. And then exhale and soften and step the outside foot in. Pivot back to the front of your chair. Sitting tall here, just notice the energy in your body. And then we'll place our hands on our hips again, lift one foot and kick it forward. Hold it there and flex the toes and point the toes 2 times. And then we'll soften the ankle. We'll lower that leg down. Let's do it on the other side. It comes up. We hold it nice and straight. Point the toes, flex the toes. Finding strength in our hips and our legs, and then lower it down. Other side, up, out, point, and flex. And lower it down. So you can make your leg as straight as you're able, using the strength in the leg and the hip to hold it up, and then lower it back and down. Take another nice inhale here. Interlace your fingers, place them behind your head, elbows out to the side. And we're going to dip to the side, come back up to center. Let's take it over to the other side, stretching. And at the same time you're stretching, you're strengthening the side ab muscles, otherwise known as your obliques. Now we can add to this if you want. You lift one leg and you lean towards it, and then you lower. Lift the other leg, lean to the side, and then lower that leg. So you can see how that intensifies the oblique crunch side to side here. And it's fair if you want to just keep your feet on the floor. And then pause and release the hands down. Let's bring the feet parallel, take the hands up. We're going to hold on to one wrist and draw it back a little bit. So I'm not really forcing it, I'm just guiding it back there. And then take it over closer to your ear and push that hand out and up for our crescent stretch. Breathing into those obliques that we just worked. And then release that and reach up. Take the other wrist over to the side. Reaching and pushing outward. Turn the palm to the sky. Breathe into the side body. And then exhale and release it back to center. And let's bring those arms back down at our side. Roll your shoulders just a little bit to release any tension. And then pause in your mountain pose and feel the energy that you activated in your body today. And let's do some arm swings here. So if you're in the chair, you're a little bit forward and you take the arms back and forth like a pendulum at your side. And then bring them out to the side, all the way up, all the way down. And then back to the side, forward and back. And then pause and watch here for a second. I'm going to lean forward now. If you're comfortable doing this, make sure you're nice and secure in your chair, feet on the earth. We're going to take the hands in front of us, crisscrossing them in front of our knees. Make it as big as you can, getting all that beautiful movement in the back of your shoulders. Activating the energy there. Couple more. And then we'll come up and we'll swing them forward and back again. And now let's do our rainbow movement of our arms by just taking them over to one side, up and over to the other side. Getting the ribs involved in our movement here. Activating once again into those ribs. Draw the belly in. Make sure you're pulling up with those pelvic muscles. Everything's coming together as we activate our energy. One more time here. And then rest. I hope you enjoyed this short practice. So come on back to it from time to time and watch it again, practicing strengthening your body by activating your energy.